Hello, my cruising and travel fans. It's Rob here from Cruising on the High Seas
and travel.
and Travel. Here tonight with two special guests and maybe a third one on his way. So far, we have Eddie and Cher from Cruising is Fun Anytime. How you guys doing
Anytime.
tonight?
We're doing wonderful. And how are you doing, Mr. 1K?
Mm.
Mr. 1K is doing fantastic.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
And he is looking forward to the next 1,000 subscribers to see where this channel is going to take us. Because
Right?
you never know where we're going to go next. And
You
the main
never
thing is,
know.
I do it all for you guys.
That's right.
And I always look forward to bringing you whatever content you guys are all looking for. But without delay, let's welcome on people from the chat. First up in the chat is Create and Relate. Welcome on in. Next in the chat is Mr. Anthony on the Move.
Yay.
And of course, we cannot forget one of our best friends who takes care of promoting stuff throughout the live stream, from promoting our next milestones to watch hours to even across all social medias. It is the Nightbot. Welcome on in.
Welcome on in.
That's what's
Come
up.
on in. So tonight we have a very fun and exciting live stream set up for you all here tonight. And we are going to be talking all about the Ultimate Vacation pre and post cruise secrets revealed. So exactly what you should and maybe shouldn't be doing. But it may all what you should be doing. Because there's loads of things like on your previous, not even previous, but
He
the
was
other
trying
cruises
to
that you've had.
he's trying to steal my answers.
He's trying to steal them. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so I threw away his phone.
That's not.
Cheaters never win.
But on your previous cruises, what are some things that you guys have done?
Paid the cruise off.
Well, I for sure hope so, or else you won't be getting on the ship.
Right. But that's one of the things that we really do. We make sure everything is paid before we step foot on that ship. Go ahead.
And we budget also to make sure that's paid in plenty of time for us to recoup flight money and stuff like that.
If we're going on a flight,
you got to add on to your expenses, your incidentals, and all that good stuff. So pay it off way before the payoff date comes. That way you have plenty of cushion to make more money.
as well as the most important thing, have your travel documents in order.
Yes, exactly. And I'm just give me one quick moment because I'm going to grab a very important book, and it's within arm's reach.
Okay.
All right, we're taking over the show. Hey, babe,
Hey.
what's up?
This is the very. I know it kind of blocks out a bit, but it's a book, and I call this the book of everything. So what that does is it covers the second I leave to the second I come back home. So it has, like Sheriff says, make sure you have your documents in order.
Yes.
It literally, like I just said, it right from the moment I leave home to the moment I come home, it's all there.
Yeah.
So
And
if I'm asked about something, I know where I'm looking because that's where it lives.
right.
And of course, because I gotta go through customs to get to the ship, if I'm asked anything about it, I know exactly where to look, exactly to answer that question. If I don't have it on hand, And I'm just gonna dump back over to the chat. Create and relate is saying Nightbot is always on vacation when I go live. Well, that's no good. We need to get that fixed for you
Yes, we do.
because Nightbot should not be on vacation.
Nope.
Anything on the move is coming in saying possibly snacks around. Popcorn, yellow, snapper smiles.
And you
By all
take,
means.
and Anthony, you take snacks, we take snacks.
Mm-hmm.
Because on Carnival, when you get a sandwich, they give you fries, or they used to the last time we were on it,
Mm-hmm.
instead of chips. And for me, I like tuna and chips.
With
so
the chips, yeah.
I have to take chips.
And that's why we order it through room services, because whenever you order a tuna sandwich through room service, you get chips and not fries. So we literally do pay for the tuna sandwich. It's that good.
Without bread.
My God, that tuna on Carnival, I don't know. NCL tried to beat it, and I don't think that they did a good job of it. Their tuna is good, but it's not Carnival good.
The question is the tuna sandwich toasted or not?
Yes.
I don't like the bread. I don't eat bread.
She orders it without the bread, but whenever you get the tuna sandwich, it is definitely toasted.
Yeah.
To me, the only way to have it, make sure it's toasted.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very good.
Cheaters never win.
Mm.
But we are going to dive into the first point, and we're going to work our way all the way through. And there's a total of 10 of them that we're going. So we're going to break them one by one.
I got 25.
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't want to go up to 25. I don't want to take the whole entire night because I want to make sure I have time for other people.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
And
It's
whatever
only
may
three
happen
of us
in the
here.
chat.
Yep.
It's only 3 of us here.
So majority rules, right?
This is who matters.
Mm.
Yes.
Yes. So anyways, the very first point I came up with is arrive early, just not on time. Fly in a day or two early, avoid travel delays, and gives you time to explore the departing city. This is definitely extremely important, as you don't want to be rushed to get to the cruise port. Like when I flew into NOLA the first time, we came in 2 days early. And we had pretty much 2 whole entire days to explore the beautiful city of New Orleans. So we went, I'm not going to say everywhere, but we got to explore Bourbon Street quite a bit. And we went down there for the daytime view. We went down there even for the nighttime view. And we were blessed and lucky enough. Give me 1 second. I got to take care of Max for a quick second.
Okay. He's fussing at Max.
Mm-hmm.
I see him. Don't you fuss at Max.
Yeah, Max was chewing on something that he shouldn't be chewing on.
Oof.
I hope it's your shoe.
No, it's not my shoe. Yes, I'm talking to you. Go get your bone. Yeah. Anyways, we got to explore the views of NOLA, like I was saying, days and nighttime view. And like I said, we were blessed with our Uber driver. Hey, I got my eyes on you. He told us to make sure we're off Bourbon Street. I believe it's by like 10, 11 o'clock. As things can go a little south.
Yep.
On Bourbon Street after that time.
That's true.
So he was looking out for the tourists.
Mm-hmm.
of what be going on. So I was glad that we went down that early so we can at least explore the city,
Mm-hmm.
because I wouldn't have had that opportunity on the second time I went down there. Because, well, if you don't know that story,
Things went awry.
then refer back to a previous stream about the American Airlines, and you'll hear about all about that story. So, but how often do you guys go down to your cruise port early, excluding Galveston?
We always
Every time.
we always go.
We're down there
early.
like 8 in the morning.
But but
We're down at the cruise port.
if we're going out of Port Canaveral, Miami,
Mm-hmm.
we are there a day early.
Yes.
Um,
But
and we're thinking about when we go on MSC World Asia, we're thinking about going in 2 days early,
mm-hmm.
so you can see Barcelona and everything.
I got to go in that church. I got to go in. Yep.
Yep.
The outside looks nice, but the outside is under construction. I don't want to take a picture of the scaffolding. I want to go in there, and get the full view of what's really going on, because it looks like a big church and it looks really nice.
By all means, it does.
Mm-hmm.
But not normally. Like when I travel with my mom and nephew, for some odd reason, we go down the day of the cruise.
Oh,
Now we are seriously thinking about of reevaluating and actually going down at least a day before, because of the instance of histories that we've had. And
with what airline? I can't remember the airline. What airline was that?
Southwest Airlines.
Oh no!
No,
No!
not
No!
Oops,
No!
Southwest.
correction.
Yeah, nonstop.
Let's go with American Airlines.
Yes, America. Yep.
Yeah, because of them. So we are now starting to really reevaluate going down at least a day early in case of issues do pop up again.
Mm-hmm.
But whenever I travel down with my buddy Justin, it's always a day early. Always one day early that we go down. Especially for our Booze Cruise 3.0. That ended up us being down there during the daytime, and all of a sudden now we're going to be down there at nighttime.
Right.
So it kind of fried that plan that I had planned for the evening already.
Yeah, man.
Tell everybody about that 3.0.
Well, since we're now talking about it, how about we just play the little ad
Let's do it.
for it?
The Booze Cruise 3.0, hosted by Rob from Cruising on the High Seas and Travel. Ports of call: Costa Maya, Mexico; Roatan, Honduras; Belize City, Belize; Cozumel, Mexico; out of Tampa, Florida; Costa Maya, Mexico; Roatan, Honduras; Belize City, Belize; Cozumel, Mexico. Aboard the Grandeur of the Seas out of Tampa, Florida. Sailing October 25 to November 1, 2025. Book today for this amazing sailing with any travel agent.
Yes, that is the Booze Cruise 3.0 out of Tampa.
I may have to steal that horn sound for the morning show. That sounds good.
Mhm.
Which one sounds good?
The ship horn at the very end of the promo.
Oh, the ship horn at the beginning and the end.
I believe so.
Yeah. Yeah, you can get used, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I said, we were supposed to be down there about mid-afternoon, and also now we are flying in for the evening. But let's dive back over into the chat, and we're going to just clear up some of the chat, and then I see someone else in the basement. So we'll take care of Eddie in a moment. Anthony is saying, I posted an emoji of a box of popcorn on the screen. It gave me description of an emoji instead of the picture.
Wow.
And then Create and Relate is saying, LOL, I noticed that, Anthony. A little smiling face. And now I'm talking to Max, not the shoe.
Mm.
Nightbot is talking away. And Anthony says, I always go a day early and get to the somewhere around 11 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I was there about around 11, 12 o'clock. I think I was there. And it was a fairly easy process of going through, except, the wine was taken away.
Yeah, that was somebody who wanted y'all's Canadian wine.
Yep.
Someone wanted our Canadian wine,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't understand why, but okay. And hello, Curtis. Hello. I wasn't expecting to have you in here tonight. I hope you're having a great weekend. And I miss you too. And I'll see you Wednesday. I had to stay home and take care of some things this weekend, so unfortunately I couldn't be there with you. But without delay, Mr. Eddie Lugo, are you ready to rock and roll? Here's the Eddie Lugo 10K, mister.
Yo.
Hello there, Mr. 10K.
10K in the house.
Mr. 10K.
We're still celebrating.
We're gonna celebrate all month long.
Wait, hold up. It's not working.
Celebrations times. Let's go.
Do.
Mm-hmm.
What's happening? What are you guys doing?
Trying to keep Rob on point.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Always get me on point.
It's a very hard thing to do.
Yes,
It's like a loose child. You know? You tell him don't do it, he does it twice.
Mm-hmm.
I am still in hangover from last night, so
Oh, I know.
Hey, we told you don't drink too much.
I know, but too much of a good thing. So
Oh, that's okay. I'm still drinking.
I'm having another shot. More alcohol.
More alky. So, how often when do you head on down to the cruise terminal? How far in advance?
The day before, of course, or a day, depending if I'm doing land, which I mostly do. We go a couple of days before, at least to be there the day before. Get to the hotel, do what we need to do, spend the night at the hotel, and then be early at the. I usually get in around 10 in the morning, but since I'm handicapped, We try to be there by 10, and whatever time it takes, it could be another hour or so. But as long as I'm there, it's fine. It could take a little longer. I don't have a problem with that. The ship ain't going nowhere. So
Okay.
the thing is to be there around the time that I'm supposed to be. So,
Mhm.
and we don't fly. We try to drive to where we're going. So,
Yeah. And of course, which brings us into the next point about going in the day before is booking a pre-cruise hotel package. Many hotels near ports offer packages that include airport shuttle, breakfast, and cruise transfers. Save you money and stress. Now, this is a really good one, especially if you go out of the port of Miami. There is a great hotel called Hampton Inn South Blue Lagoon.
That's our favorite hotel.
And I went to that hotel courtesy of our dear friends Jeremy and Cheryl. They highly recommended it to me and pointed out all the great things that is surrounding it. And whenever I do go back down that way again, I will be for sure be booking that hotel again.
Yeah, we will too. Anytime we go to Miami, we're going to be booking that hotel. The bed is so comfortable. Oh my goodness. Oh, and it's a beautiful, beautiful room. Beautiful room.
Yeah.
Love
Now I
it.
don't have to worry about the parking because I'm always whenever I cruise, I have to fly. Because for me to take my vehicle down to the cruise port, that will be at least a week's worth of driving.
Right.
I prefer to spend a week on the water extra than have to be doing that in driving. So to me, I'm flying no matter where I go.
Yep.
But when it comes to the shuttles to and from the airport, the breakfast, and even the offers of transfer over to the cruise port, to me, that's all a win-win bonus.
Hmm.
Because if that's all done through the hotel, even if I had to pay a little extra to the hotel for the uh, transfer to the cruise port, that to me, I call that a win because I don't have to worry about it because I know it's taken care of at the hotel.
Right.
Plus, also, I'm not running up any data because I have to pay for data usage while I'm down in the States or wherever I am.
Yeah, because his phone plan don't work in the U.S.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, but it's a flat rate, so it's like, and they call it roam like home.
Home like home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if the hotel offers all those, like I'm always looking for transfers to and from the airport and with breakfast. To me, those are things that must be ticked off. No
Yeah.
questions asked. How about you, Eddie?
um, I'm sorry. I am drinking more alcohol just to put me place. What time we usually book the hotel early.
Hmm.
Um, and you know, the thing is not to drive. I mean, not to fly. We just drive to where we're going. What we leave early with plenty of time since I'm the one doing most of the driving. And usually since I have the car, we don't. Well, this last time, the one in Tampa, we did had a shuttle and everything to the port. So I left the car at the hotel for the whole week, and then they took us to the port in Tampa, and then went and picked us up at the end. There were a couple more people there also that did that. So It was a nice deal. I think like $150 for the whole week for the car to leave it there.
Mhm.
which
We
which
came back
which must be
and
cheaper than at the
yeah,
port.
yeah. So it wasn't too much of a bad deal. I wasn't too trusting of the area where the car was, but it was all a gated hotel and everything. So and they closed the gates at night and all that. So I kind of said, well, I mean, in New Orleans, the first time nothing happened, but the second time, car got broken into.
That
Nothing was
was
broken.
1.0.
Yeah, yeah. The second time the car was never, not the windows or anything was broken, but I think I left the car open, unlocked. So that's why the windows were not broken into. There were two other cars that were windows were smashed in to get their stuff out. So I just found once I went back to the car, I just found everything everywhere, and I'm like, what the hell? I don't remember leaving the car like this. And it was just they run through the stuff, and there was nothing of value, nothing at all. So
Right.
even the clothes we had in bags, they were thrown on the back seat and the bag open, but nothing was taken, not even my tools or nothing. So, which I was, surprised. I guess they were looking for, jewelry or money, maybe a cell phone or anything, but there was nothing of value in it. So
Right.
Yep.
I got lucky.
Yeah, you
Yep.
did.
And that's
Very.
welcome in Canadian family life. Welcome on in.
Hello, Tiffany.
And Anthony is Anthony is saying, which parking lot did you use in NOLA?
Convention Center. I think it's 901 Convention Center, the place I parked in, floor number 8. There's supposed to be a guy there watching your car at night. And I saw the guy that told me that when we came back. And as soon as he saw me, he split. So that's when I got walked to the car and I opened the door. I was like, wait a minute, something happened here. So, but I checked everything and said nothing's missing. So, and nothing was broken, either. So I said, well, okay, just set them up.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
make sure you lock up your vehicle whenever you leave it at a cruise parking area.
Mhm.
I double check, recheck, and then check the back.
Yeah.
Before I leave the car. Baby's like, come on, you don't want to take the cruise? I'm like, I'm checking things.
Yes. Yes.
I'm checking it out. Make sure
Make sure that you get back home after.
Yeah, because that's our ride, and that
Mhm.
was in NOLA. So I had to make
Yep.
sure.
Yep.
And I know what you mean about the 8th floor. That's the rooftop on the NCL parking.
Oh.
We went there for the NCL parking, but the one that I used in for the carnival side is over there toward the carnival. You have to kind of go behind the convention center, and then it'll park you right there where the carnival terminal is. It was easy for me. It really was. I truly enjoyed that parking garage versus the NCL parking garage, which is down the road, okay, and around the corner. I can walk it, but I had them with me. We had the twins and we had her, and
Yeah.
so it was like the shuttle bus was included with the parking, which is good, but it just took forever. They got in the regular traffic. They got in the regular vehicle traffic in order to drop us off at the cruise terminal. I'm like, we could have done this first. Go drive, drop off the kids and the bags, and then go park. And then I'll meet
Yeah.
you guys in a little bit. You know what I mean? So it's like on the NCL side, I would strongly recommend that you go drop your family and bags off first, and then you go park the car if you're cruising NCL out of NOLA. But on the Carnival side, you're parked at the terminal. So all you got to do is go up or down a couple of floors, and it puts you right into the terminal once
Yep.
you exit the elevator.
Yep. The third one is exploring hidden gems before you sail. Use the extra time to visit off the beaten path attractions that most cruisers miss in embarkation cities. So I was talking about when I came down for 1.0 for the Bruise Cruise. We knew about Bourbon Street, and it was along the lines of talking about the strip in Las Vegas. So I wanted to check this out. And did I ever regret of wanting to see Bourbon Street? Not at all. Because when you go down Bourbon Street, trust me, you have no idea what and when something's going to happen.
Yep.
Because you can go down Bourbon Street tonight and you will get a totally different experience from going down tonight versus last night to the next night and night after and so on
Yeah.
and so forth. Every night is a totally different experience because you have no idea what occurred. If I went, I'm going to fly in the day of or come in late the night before and just go straight to the cruise port, I would have missed all that stuff.
Right.
And I'm glad I didn't do that at all.
And
And
what
that's
about that
some-
great hotel you stayed at in NOLA?
Oh yeah.
I haven't got that far ahead.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And I'm glad I didn't miss that opportunity so I could explore that stuff because it's not like it's in my back door like for you guys
Right.
where you got like the cruise port in your backyard. I don't got that.
Mm-hmm.
But the hotel I stayed at in NOLA, it was one of a kind.
Mm.
It wasn't no like hotel. It was more like a motel.
Yep.
Mm.
And not exactly what I was bargaining for.
Me either. I would have.
No, it was
I
a
would've-
bargain.
I would have rather
Okay.
eat chipped glass.
Okay. It was a bargain. Don't get me wrong. It was $81 US. That just goes to show you what kind of place it is. You get what you pay for.
Exactly.
Yes, it was $81 US, and I don't know what that equates to on Canadian, but I'm sorry that you guys paid more than that.
Mm.
I really am.
We paid in American dollars.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
$81, man.
when I booked that hotel, I booked it through Cheryl's favorite airline,
Mm.
which is
American.
American Airlines.
American Airlines.
Mm. My
It was actually booked through them. So I got the A Advantage, as it's called, for it.
And it was across the water too. They put
Now-
them in a bad location.
Now
I
the
would've rather-
location was great
Left with,
for getting to the ship.
alligators.
Left in the truck.
I would have.
We could have just slept in the truck for that.
I would have rather slept with.
We went to go
alligators.
find food, couldn't find nothing open. We drove across Bourbon Street, and it was Halloween weekend, so everybody was in costume. It was just, that was bad. It
Mhm.
really was. So you got to do your research on the pre-cruise hotel stay.
Mhm.
What kind of place is it? Study the neighborhood. These are all good tips based off of our bad experiences. Yep.
Yeah. Because I was looking at the original hotel, which was the group hotel. And what they were charging for one night
Mhm.
was the cost of what I paid for 2 nights at that hotel.
Right.
Was it worth it? Oh,
I say yes. I'm hitting the thumbs up. Yes.
fully worth it.
Because you didn't die. I mean that's the whole thing.
I
It's like
felt as though I died.
But
Yep.
I did have to go through a lot of headaches and stress to get what we were asking for, like access to our room.
Yeah.
Panda?
Yes.
Hey.
Hey,
It's Alice.
She's
Oh, there, Alex.
she's out of the shower and waiting for her hair to condiment a little bit, and then she's going back in. So she's not dressed. She's ducking it right now.
Ah,
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
yeah, because at
So,
the very
Mama?
beginning, we were having issues of getting into our room because the mechanism wasn't working.
Yep.
That was an
Yeah.
indication.
Then when we finally got into the room, Then
Yeah.
we had plumbing issues.
Right.
Second red flag.
Yep.
So
Oh, the first red flag should have been the hookers in the parking lot. Seriously.
now
Oh
now
my God. I thought I was.
we were blessed that they were allowing us to check in early. Like the typical check-in time is about 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon. We were checking in at 9:30 in the morning.
Oh my God. Red flag
Because
number 3.
that's
not good.
how early we were checking in.
It's no
Because
good.
we literally just landed
We got another cruise tip though.
moments ago. So, but what are some points that you guys point out, Mr. Eddie?
And look, Anthony on the Move. Hold on. Anthony on the Move guessed it. La Quinta? Yes.
Yes.
That's where we are. That's
That's
where we
where
were. In Gretna.
Yep.
And I actually thought Jeremy was my pimp
Mm.
at that place. It was that bad of
Almost
a
hit
place.
switches on him. What?
Anthony on the Move nailed it.
I'm telling you, man, those fun days.
Anthony,
Though.
that was it. I would have rather slept with alligators.
Mm.
I would have rather had chipped glass in my mouth watching the blood come out
Oof.
than
So-
stay at that hotel again.
So,
I
Cheryl,
really-
what you're saying is next time we book a cruise to go down there, you want to stay at that hotel.
I would, and you know what? We even went. I know this is not a tip, but this is a tip. We even stayed next. It was next door to the IHOP or whatever.
Yep, it was IHOP.
And let me tell you, the people, when we went in and sat down, there was this guy and this girl at the sitting across, at another booth, of course, but it wouldn't have surprised me if they had came over and sat down with us. I don't know. But here's the deal. He was laying in her lap in the booth. And I couldn't even I was looking like this, and then I would turn my head because I didn't want them to think I was staring at them, because people
Mm-hmm.
get mad if you're looking at them too long. And I would look, and then I just
Oh, look. Anthony on the Move stayed there. Yep. I will not go back there. I was there one night. Just like us.
one
Yep.
night.
One night. That was
And
I
all.
was there for 2 nights.
I had to. I had to. Man, it was like, oh man,
She had to wash the very feel of that place off of
I
herself.
did, and
Yep.
oh my God, and I really thought I saw a red light, up, by our door. So I don't know. Man,
It was bad. Don't stay at the La Quinta in Gretna. That is the whole. This is the whole tip. Don't do that.
That's the
Don't do
tip.
it.
That's the tip.
It's bad.
It's a bad choice.
Yes.
Yes. Mm.
And was it worth the saving a night's cost?
No.
No, not in the end. And literally from that hotel to the group hotel, which was the Holiday Inn, was literally across the street.
It was. It was in the same neighborhood.
You literally just had to cross I think was it
really-
like not like a highway, but like
Mm-hmm.
just a big road.
It was an exit. It was a big exit. I know what you mean, because it was the down ramp coming off of
Yeah.
the exit that we took the U-turn to get to our place.
Correct.
Yep.
And
There's a
that's
problem.
all you had to
Okay,
do.
let's go to the next, because I
Yes.
can't.
Next tip.
Let's move on to the next tip before we
Next tip.
get
I got
overstressed
PTSD
there.
behind that place.
Yeah, seriously, I do.
Number 4, take advantage of port discounts. Pre-cruise day often comes with local restaurants, spas, or activity deals targeted at cruise passengers.
Mm-hmm.
Mrs. Cheryl, this is all yours.
Well, I believe that you should book. If you're doing a specialty dining, book it early.
Internet packages,
Internet packages,
drink packages,
especially the soda package.
whatever the cruise line has to offer, it's best that you book it early.
If you want it.
Yeah.
Don't book it just because, but if you want it. For instance, anybody that's going on MSC this year, they just changed the prices to their specialty dining, which it has been lowered.
Some went lower. I'm like at MSC already.
I love
because Royal and Carnival, they just keep going up and up and up.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Anthony is saying the best part was the breakfast.
We didn't even get the breakfast. Like we just left that day.
What are you talking about?
At the La Quinta. We didn't get the breakfast.
No.
We ate on the ship.
I was totally not going to eat anything at that hotel. You couldn't have forced me.
No, you know what I did is I went to Mickey D's and got breakfast. I remember that because it was one like 2 blocks away, and I went to McDonald's to get breakfast because I wanted that strong, good coffee. That's what I was after, was the good coffee. But we got breakfast and coffee and went on down the road.
And then we saw Eddie and Alice.
Yes. And we were all there like 8:30 or 9 o'clock. We watched the people disembark the ship as we were sitting together in the accessible area.
Because I would not eat at that.
The first night, me and Justin actually missed breakfast there by I think like maybe 10-15 minutes.
Wow.
We just
that
missed
was a poor representation of America. I'm very sorry, young.
And I said, okay, well, is there anywhere where we can go get breakfast? He says, there's an IHOP just over in the parking lot.
Yep.
That was probably the best breakfast I have ever had compared to the second breakfast I had. Which I said, I'm making sure I get my breakfast here because I paid for it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a big haul compared to the Miami one.
Hey, now the Hampton Inn, Blue Lagoon, Miami Airport South, I will stay there every time we go to Miami.
I told him that.
If it stays open, I love the hotel. I love the breakfast. I love the shuttle that takes you down to the cruise port. We haven't even talked about that yet. Like you can
we spoke about it already.
Hotel. Like you can make it from the airport to the hotel, but what about from the hotel to the cruise port? That's why we planned everything like 2 years ahead of time. That we were calling back and forth to where we're going. It's like, hey, we need a ride from our front door all the way to the cruise port and back. How are we going to make this happen? What is the logistics of the whole thing? And we're on the phone with the front desk person. We don't call the 1-800 number, the reservation line, because they don't know. What you got to do is you got to find a way to get that front desk and ask, are you at the physical location right now? Because they have the deets as far as, what you need to sign or how much you need to pay or what kind of currency is accepted. Because you could have a credit card, but a credit card will not get you on the hotel shuttle from Miami Airport South all the way to the cruise port. It has to be cash money. So you have to listen to what's being said, write it down, and make sure that you make that a part of your travel plans. Because otherwise, you're going to be having to go to an ATM just to get $20. And if there's not a place across the street or in the lobby of the hotel, then you could find yourself stuck. So be sure that you can be transported there and back throughout the whole process. That's all a part of cruise planning.
Exactly.
Yes, especially if you're flying in. That's one of those things where me and baby, we get on the phone, get a complete understanding as to how we're going to get there and back. And if it's included, chances are we're going to stay there. If they get taken to this cruise port, that's good.
I am checking it out right now as you guys talking about it, and he says that it's $17 at night for the car to live there. So I guess I could leave my car there too, right?
Yeah. They offered parking, but we flew in. So yeah.
No, but if I'm to book there, I will probably leave the car there too.
Plus, there's a Publix right across the street. There's a CVS on the corner.
In
There's a.
case you need medicine transferred to you.
Mhm.
All of
Yeah,
that.
like you have everything within the arm's reach that
Yes.
you would want.
I love that place.
I
I would
love it.
definitely recommend it to stay whenever you cruise out of Miami. That's the Hampton Inn, Blue Lagoon, Miami Airport South.
And Amanda with Have Luggage Will Travel turned us on there.
Yeah, she hooked up the group rates. That's why we're also going on these group and non-group cruises, is because somebody always finds us a good deal that if you book it all together or whatever, you can pay a lower price. So that's another cruise tip too. If you're going on a group or a non-group cruise, ask the group. It's like, where are we all staying? Where's everybody staying? That way you can get an insight as to which places might be good and might not be too good.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
talk to the experienced ones, the ones that have been there before.
Hmm. And with that IHOP, I actually got lucky with it. I ordered some grits, and
Mm.
I only had maybe a couple of spoonsful, and I think it's just the way how it was made, but I didn't like it.
Mm.
I told you.
And
You can put no butter on it.
No, it's not that. It's just the environment. You know, it's just the environment. It's just the
Mm.
environment.
and the very sweet late lady didn't even charge us for it.
Mm. They shouldn't have
So
charged you for the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
exactly, they shouldn't have charged us for the hotel. That's how bad it was. But
That's a bad
anyways,
representation.
That's a
moving on to
different.
number 5. Pack like a pro. Now this is definitely
Oh, there we
Cheryl.
go, Cheryl. This one's on you.
This is definitely a Cheryl thing.
Act
With
like a pro.
with time before sailing, you can pack up, forget items, or purchase port specific gear at local prices instead of overpacking, shopping. Ship shopping.
Yep.
Daryl,
Well, let me tell you. Here goes. I'm not the one to ask about packing because I pack a year in advance. Then I go back in the suitcase between now and the time that we take off to the port, maybe 4 times. Yeah, I've already done my two. So maybe five. Okay. We'll say 5 or 6. But I have learned that on the cruise that we're taking November 9th, I have learned to downsize my earrings. I've downsized my earrings as well as my sunglasses and my swimsuit cover. I'm not taking a swimsuit cover for every swimsuit. I am taking one swimsuit cover. I'm taking not all my earrings and jewelry. I'm taking one uh, elegant night jewelry, but then I'm taking a lot of uh, studs. I'm taking smaller earrings, but I'm still taking shoes to match every outfit.
And then some. To what Rob is talking about though, the not having to go on the shops at the cruise ship on for essential items that you may need, we got a remedy for that. What we do is we go to Dollar Tree. Okay, Dollar Tree has everything that you're going to need on the cruise. It really does. It has medicine. It has masks if you want those. It has hand sanitizer, little small bottles, little small travel everything. Dollar Tree has everything you need. Okay,
yep.
that is our number one stop, and whenever we make it back from the cruise, we be sure to replenish the things that we use. That way, whenever we just put our medicine slash essentials bag in the suitcase, it's already stocked. You know what I mean? We don't have to rush and go get stuff. So we make it a point to get down to Dollar Tree and replenish everything.
Right.
And hello to Scotty J Travels. Welcome on in.
Whoop whoop.
Hey.
Yep. Eddie, what's your point on that one?
The less, the better. I don't pack with years in advance. I wait to the day before. Whatever's left behind is left behind, and I do not buy anything anyplace else.
Mhm.
So if I messed up, I messed up. I do have a bag already with stuff in it that I need. I have a bag with clothes on the side already set. That all I gotta do is just grab everything, throw it in the luggage, done.
Yep.
So I just make sure that once I'm doing it right there, I know what I'm bringing in, and the less I could bring, the better. And I still bring stuff that I don't wear or extra, and I still have space in luggage for some of the stuff. We've been cutting. Me and Alice, we've been cutting so much lately that I think we're gonna end up with one bag eventually. That's how much we've been cutting out.
You know, we did that one time. We combined our stuff into one bag, and it was heavy. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and lie. We did at one point have less things.
What happened?
Temu. We were introduced to a shopping site called Temu by a good friend of ours. I'm not gonna mention no names. But yeah.
Mr.
Yeah,
10K.
Yeah, Mr. 10K here with the loose thumbs. But yeah, we were introduced to Temu, and then some matching and clothes matching with shoes, and shoes matching with sunglasses, and then we have to have hats. There's many things that go into the dynamics of our bags. It really is. I'm the type of person that where I have to have matching shoes for the outfits that I'm wearing, because it needs to look good. And since I know I'm going to be on camera, I do have to look somewhat decent. Okay, so that was also the YouTube work that we do. It inspires a lot of the outfits that we wear and the things that we wear, because I don't know what it is about baby, but she don't like for me to be seen in the same outfit on two different vlogs.
Well,
I don't know what it is, but the things that you saw me wear on previous cruises have been given to me as a part of my permanent clothing collection. But then we got this cruise closet full of Temu stuff that has been bought specifically for specific cruises. And that's how we're able to pack so far ahead of time, is you got to have excess, a lot of excess.
Yeah, we're already ready to go on Eddie's cruise in June.
wow.
Yeah.
Holy mama.
Past Princess. And we got a reserve collection mini suite on that cruise. We got bougie clothes for that one.
And I'm wearing the same pair of sneakers on the whole cruise.
Oh, yep.
Yep. And Anthony is saying, I no longer pack 2 changes of clothes per day.
Yep.
2 changes of clothes per day. That's what she wants us to have: a daytime outfit and a nighttime outfit. And if it's a port day, we got a daytime outfit, a port day outfit, and a nighttime outfit.
Right.
Oh my God! No wonder you carry so much.
We got
There's no need for all that.
stuff each.
No room for me.
That's why we drive this way. If Alice feels like bringing an extra bag, I'm fine with it.
Right.
Flying will be a different circumstances. So
Yeah,
until we go to the West Coast, until we go to the West Coast or Puerto Rico or on the other side, then we'll figure it out how to do the bags. But right now, if I'm blessed to drive everywhere we go, I'm gonna keep driving.
Mm-hmm. And you don't have to worry about the weight as long as you're driving.
And I also bring in a scooter, probably a walker also. So that's extra money that I gotta pay an airline.
Right.
By driving, I don't have to worry about none of that. And I will be bringing a scooter in November when I go down to the Aqua.
Yep. Number 6 is Extend the fun pre-cruise. Don't rush home. Add a few days after your cruise to unwind, reflect, and explore another part of the destination.
That's what we're planning to do in June next year. We have 2 days before the cruise and 2 days after. Since we're gonna be in Miami, it'll be a nice quick drive on Sunday for me to come back. So once we leave Sunday morning from the hotel, we just get in the car and take off and come straight home. But we'll be staying a few extra days since the cruise is only 5 days. The 2 extra days we'll stay in Miami, hanging out with my brother, and then the day we get back Friday afternoon, we spend the night that night and Saturday night, and then Sunday morning, early in the morning, we'll be driving back to Atlanta.
Yep. We don't follow that. We don't follow that one, Rob. You know what we do whenever we make it back home from a cruise?
You head back home.
Whenever we make it back home, that day we're packing for the next one.
Oh my God.
Seriously. As soon as we walk in the door, open the bags. I'm like, come on. let's sit down and take 5 minutes first.
No,
Not her. She wants to make sure that we get everything out and then put things back in.
Yeah,
That is going for the next cruise.
because that's what we're gonna have to do for.
Oh yeah, in November, whenever we make it back from the MSC Seascape, we're gonna have less than a month to pack.
Still, it's a month.
For
Yep.
Princess.
Yeah,
Give me 1 day. I still got enough time.
We'll probably be carving a turkey and packing on the same day.
yeah.
And you guys were trying to make me do it within 2 days and fly out to catch the 2.0.
Mm. Yep.
Getting home from one atmosphere and go to a different type of atmosphere.
Oh, Eddie can do it. Eddie packs the day before. He can tell you how to pack that quick.
I even pack the morning off if I have to.
Mm-hmm.
I can't.
I'll
do
go
that.
from the cold to the
I've done it where I drop Alice at work, I come home, I sleep, I get a pack and go get her, and then we're gone.
Hit the road. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
crazy. Yeah, but no, like
I don't know. I couldn't do it either.
like
Nope.
when I go down to Brisbane, for sure we're exploring Brisbane because it's not like we can get down there very easily
Yep.
and cheaply. 'Cause that's
Right.
that's the other end of the earth.
But just don't jump on American Airlines, Ben. You should be good.
Well, unfortunately, when I'm going down, it is on American Airlines.
American Airlines. Yep.
And here's the key thing. I didn't even book through American.
Yep. You booked through the cruise line.
I booked through I think it's Qantas.
Oh, okay. I thought you did Carnival Air.
No,
That's
I
why
did.
it's fine.
We did do Carnival Air at the beginning, but their air wasn't the greatest.
Okay.
So we booked outside of them.
Right.
And with Qantas, it put us through American Airlines to go down. Then coming home, we were going to be on one of their airlines to connect off to WestJet to fly back home.
WestJet. Let us know how WestJet goes. We've heard some pretty good things about that.
I flew WestJet on my way home from NOLA
Mm-hmm.
this past trip, and it wasn't that bad. It was actually pretty good.
Compare it to another airline as far as the seat leg room is concerned.
Air Canada.
Nice.
So they're not a bad airline,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't lose bags
Like,
like American Airlines.
All right. What other things need to be considered?
But yeah, no, like definitely explore the ports. Like destination when you get back. especially if it's not within arm's reach. Make it worth your time. Number 7 is plan a land-based mini vacation.
Mm.
Turn your post-cruise time into a whole new vacation. Rent a car, check into a resort, or visit a natural park nearby. These are very great tips, especially if you have plenty of time and you're not in a big rush to get back home.
Hmm. That's what we plan on doing before we cruise in Barcelona. Is show up a couple of days before. That way we can go check out La Familia Sagrada, and then whatever else Barcelona has to offer. I'm not sure what other attractions there are, but I do definitely want to step foot in that church. I do, and they. I don't know that you have to do a round trip to Barcelona, but what I would like to do is the one way, and then do one way plane tickets for each leg of it. That way, it'll be a brand new experience, and it'll be good to not come back to the same place. It'll be cool to leave from a different airport, different city, and everything, figuring it all out along the way,
Yeah.
and listen to the different languages.
For example, my May trip,
Hmm.
where we're leaving from Denmark and we end off in Southampton.
Yep.
Now, I've been to Heathrow Airport before, many, many, many years ago.
Mm.
It is a massive airport, and I got to see parts of London back then, and it was very nice.
Cool.
And back then, that was when I was introduced. Drinking was open up at 11 o'clock. There were some places that had 24/7 drinking. So there was many new experiences available
Hmm.
to experience. But
But also, whenever you cruise out of Port Canaveral, that puts you pretty much in Orlando, unless you go to stay in Cocoa Beach like we did. But most of the time, you're going to fly through Orlando, and it would be cool just to make a quick turn and go to Disney real quick for a day. Speaking more locally of American ports,
correct.
up here, in order to cruise out of Galveston, you got to fly into Houston. There are some touristy things that you can do in Houston, but it's mostly on the outskirts. So you're going to spend a lot of time in a vehicle whenever you fly into Houston. New York City, naturally, they have a lot of things that tourists can do. I recommend the hot
Rich.
dog cart in Manhattan if you haven't visited one. If not, they got the big Krispy Kreme thing right there on the corner. You get you a
Mm.
big fat donut. We went to Carlo's Bakery, Eddie? We went to Carlo's and got
The one on 8th Avenue?
yeah, and we got in Times Square, and we got a muffin or a cookie,
It was a donut. It was a cupcake.
whatever. That sucker was high, and yes, we split it. Yes,
Yeah.
we did. It was very very high. That stuff is expensive in New York.
Yes, it is.
But
I
yeah,
pay anything for a
hit
hot
hit up
dog.
the touristy places whenever you go out of these port cities, because also another thing, Tampa has Sparkman's Wharf. I fell in love with Sparkman's Wharf.
I loved it.
It really was cool. It was they really fixed it up. And that, in case you don't know what Sparkman's Wharf is it's a collection of things that were made out of shipping containers, little eateries and restaurants that have taken shipping containers and turned them into food service establishments.
Go to the hot dog spot.
Yep, the hot dog spot.
Ice cream,
I think I had fish and chips.
but I like the hot dog and the ice cream. That was
Yep,
good.
that was nice. And the drinks are pretty strong there too.
Yeah, the
I think they
drinks
was
are
trying to
good.
I think they was trying to pull in extra tips, but that's the way you do it.
Mm.
Long pour.
Yeah, and like when you fly into Orlando, like say you're cruising out of Miami
Mm-hmm.
and you fly into Orlando, say 2 or 3 days early, and you flew into Orlando purposely, you could go off, as Sharon said, see Disney World or Universal Studios or Legoland, one of those tourist attractions there. And then when you get back to your hotel the day before or even the day of, depending on how you want to play your cards out, because
Mm-hmm.
you could pull even the day of and jump on the Bright Line because they have the Bright Line down in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
And like from I'm looking at right now from Orlando Airport down to Miami, which I just had a moment ago. It is about how far of a distance. I gotta put dates in.
Come on, Robert Cruz brothers. You should be good at this by now. No more hiding behind the
No
thing.
more hiding.
Yeah, which one is this?
Come
That
on,
trip
book
is
it.
only like three and a half hours,
Yep.
so you can easily catch an early trip out and still make it to the port on time.
Yep.
So you can, at the end of the day, you want to make it the best of everything
Mm-hmm.
that you can get out of that whole entire trip, because it's like a little mini trip before the cruise or a little mini trip after the cruise,
Yep.
depending on which end you want to play it on, or you do it on both ends, whatever you want to do.
Right.
So, number 8, maximize airline deals. Booking flights with a longer return window can sometimes be cheaper and give you more time to enjoy. So, to me, this means basically book out as far as possible and have your return date as long as you possibly can, because you're going to get a much cheaper and better rate than if you book it down at the last minute. So for me, I'm always booking probably at least within about the 300 days or more till when I want to be traveling. So I know I'll find a much better rate than if I book at the last minute. But I know Jeremy he flies
An
every so
unstable internet
often.
connection.
Well, Jeremy,
Microphone check one, two.
you're good, Jeremy. Well, Jeremy's saying all up.
Eddie, can you
Eddie,
hear me?
Eddie,
Eddie,
Yo,
you can hear me, right?
yeah,
we can hear you.
Oh, okay. I think Rob fell off.
it's still here.
Oh, okay.
I'm still here. Eddie, what tips do you give?
Let me refresh.
About, sorry, I missed. Oh,
He fell off himself.
booking flights with a longer return window can sometimes be cheaper and give you more time to enjoy. Yes and no. It all depends when you book your flight. Sometimes runs times is running out. You gotta be careful, but sometimes you get lucky and get it ahead of time. So yeah, you might have time to enjoy a little bit longer. It all depends, on where you're going, also depending on the port. But it sounds like a radio,
Yeah,
CB radio.
coming from Jeremy's side.
Now the TV and stuff is way in the back.
That's
I
strange.
don't know. I mean,
Anyways, Jeremy, what do you suggest when it comes to talk about airlines
booking flights.
maximizing?
We book through Orbitz, using all of our flights now that Southwest is a part of Orbitz. we use Orbitz exclusively to book our flights. As far as deals are concerned, you always want to look way ahead of time, as far ahead as you can. I know that once the cruise is paid off, like I mentioned before, you got that extra cushion time to pay for your flight. But a lot of the times, like Rob and them do, all you got to do is book through the cruise line. And if they can get you in a day before, then that would be ideal. But in the event that they can't, I would not suggest flying in the day of.
Oh,
Um,
no, 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 no,
No,
never,
no. Uh-uh.
never, never,
Never
No.
fly in or
never.
travel the day of. But
Oh,
yeah,
fly out of there the same day that you get back. So you
yeah.
got to
Well,
be either very late
yes.
or the
I
next
don't
day.
look for I don't look for any flights that leave before 3:30 in the afternoon. Whenever on disembarkation day, whenever you get off the ship,
Yeah.
3:30 is my minimum time to be at the airport on time. So yes, we do hang out in the airport a lot for long periods of time, sometimes 5 or 6 hours, but at least we know we're going to be there to catch our flight back. You know, getting a deal on a flight also means that it's a non-refundable ticket all the time. So you got to make sure that you got to be there.
Yeah.
When I'm looking for flights and booking flights, that's 3:30 is the minimum time. I'm not going for noon. I'm definitely not going before noon because the ship could come back late. You never know.
Yeah.
I don't remember the last time I booked a flight for me. But when I went to work at the company that I left toys in 2017, they booked all my flights for
Right.
2020. Then after that, I don't recall flying anywhere, and we've been driving everywhere we go. So I think it's been over 10 years since I booked a flight for myself.
Right.
Back then I used to be JetBlue. Wherever I wanted to fly was JetBlue, and then
Mhm.
I got into Southwest because of my the company that I worked for. That's how they flew me Southwest from uh, LaGuardia on Southwest. So everywhere I went, LaGuardia, I mean Southwest, Southwest, Southwest. So I'd
Yeah.
rather fly out of LaGuardia better than JFK or even Newark. Newark is in Jersey. That's
Right.
just the traffic getting there is a real mess. Getting to JFK through Brooklyn, and forget about it. So it's easier to go to LaGuardia. It's the easiest one
Yep.
out of the three.
Yeah. Because like on the way home from 3.0, we were actually flying back home, I think at like 12 something in the afternoon.
Hmm.
So literally we gotta basically boogie off that ship and
Hmm.
head on out.
That's
Can't
gonna
do
be
it.
tight.
So
I can't do it. That's too tight right there. That is too tight.
Yep.
so hopefully that will not be a disaster.
Let's hope so.
Number 9. Catcher content before the crowd. Pre and post cruise adventures are preferred for unique content. Unless crowd more local favorites and experiment moments. Jeremy?
Okay, I got a real good remedy for this. Port days are going to be your best days to film anything on the ship. 3 o'clock in the morning is the best time to film a ship tour inside the ship because there's nobody around. You get to show all of the venues empty because everything's closed. But therein lies a problem. Sometimes you may have to like shoot B-roll for places that you want to show open and everything while they're open. But you can do that on a slide. I got a little camera. It's about this big. So I could just pull it up and just do a quick pan. You don't necessarily have to show people in there, but at least you can catch the place open. Um, then, like I said, 3 in the morning, do all of your inside tours. If you're going to do a walking ship tour, I find that to be best because it's going to take you at least 3 hours to get through it. And by the time you're done with it, breakfast should be hitting the Lido. So then you can enjoy a meal afterward, after all that walking. because these ships are huge. It's going to take you a minute to go deck by deck, backward, forward, left to right, all the way around. On sea days is whenever people are enjoying the pools and the outdoor activities and the boat roller coaster or whatever may be going on outside, you want to show in your content people doing something. So sea days are the best time to catch your outdoor content. In the middle of the night or port days is going to be your inside content. That's the way I approach it. I do have some plans for whenever baby gets a scooter. I'm going to mount a camera to the scooter and just let it roll. Okay, and do like a time lapse video or something of her exploring the different parts of the ship. I got plans for the content whenever that happens.
Yep. Eddie?
Me at 3 o'clock in the morning, I will be very pissed off if somebody wakes me up to get up and go walk around the ship. Okay, no, I am not doing it. But I will film as much as I can while I'm on the ship. We'll film as much as I can when we go out on port. Try to look for points of view to show everybody a different view, and I try to do it from a handicap point of view. So this way, other people will associate themselves with it. But too many people doing already the ship reviews and stuff like that. So I hardly do that. I don't like doing food reviews either on the ship because every experience is different. Everybody's taste is also changes. I might have a bad experience. Somebody else have a great experience in the same spot, or I might have a great experience and somebody else might do the same and they have a bad experience. So, I just sleep. I will show you the food that we ate and stuff like that. I will tell you what it is. But if it was great or not, that's going to be my own decision saying if I say, oh, this is great. I liked it. I like the way it was. But I'm talking about myself. I'm not saying, no, this is the way everybody is because not all ships are going to do it the same, no matter what.
Right.
I mean, you have to have the same cook multiply everywhere, the same guy thinking the same thing at the same time to do it the same. So I try to stay away from stuff like that. But other than that, I try to enjoy what I can, and at the same time, I'm there for a vacation. I'm blogging for the channel, but at the same time, I'm enjoying it myself because I'm there with Alice, so I gotta do the best I can.
Yep. And for me, for when I'm filming, I film as much as I can when I can. But at the end of the day, I'm on vacation.
Yeah.
So it's time for me to sit back and relax because when I'm at home, I'm not saying I'm stressed, but I'm on the go, 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 go. So when I'm on vacation, it's time to sit back, relax, and just let it all ride. If I get something, great. If I don't, well, it wasn't meant to be.
Yeah. Time to move on.
One more tip on content creation. If you're going to do a cabin tour, get the cabin tour over with before the first bag comes in the room. Because once you get everything unpacked and everything, then they see your stuff. They're not going to want to tune into your channel to see your stuff in the room. What they're going to want to see is the room, only the room with nothing in it. So it's best to get that done first thing. As soon as your room is ready, go do the room tour. That way, none of your stuff is in there, and they get a pure view of what the cruise line has to offer.
Yeah, I don't do our cabin. Alice does.
Yeah. And believe it or not, the cabin tours on the Breeze are our top performing videos. So people who want to go on these cruises, they're going to tune in to your channel and view the cabin, number one. Then they're going to view the ship and then probably the experience after that. So you want to make sure and give them the rawest thing with not a whole lot of people in the shot. That way they can see the ship for what it is, or whatever you're trying to show them without 200 people in the shot. So that's how I approach the content that we do. But on a sea day, it's open season because you can't hide people going, down the water slide in your shot if they just so happen to cross your camera. It's a public area and it's allowed.
Yeah.
So I know the Seascape. I got to go buck wild because they got like three different looking outdoor areas that I can get. One of which has a pop top on it.
Yeah, I agree with Anthony.
And I agree with Anthony. Getting up in the morning to use the washroom, back to bed.
That's right. All right, guys.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and split.
Yeah,
The
I
lady,
gotta go too.
yeah, the
I
ladies
need
in
to
the
go
Yeah,
to
well,
shower.
work.
I'm
So
down to one. I'm down to one last one. No, no, no. The final one is number 10. Turn your trip into a bucket list journey. Use this time to check off one of the kind experience, whatever it is, swimming with the dolphins before the cruise, or wine tasting with famous region after.
I
To me,
don't.
it's
We
basically
hardly. We checked out the place that we go to, but we hardly do an excursion on anything where we go. You know, we try to gather what's around, and if there's something we really like that time, then next time we'll that we visit, then we'll do it. Like when we went to Cozumel and we found out about Paradise Beach, the following time that we were there, we went to Paradise Beach and enjoyed it. Now the next time we did not go back to Paradise Beach, we stay with the port, and then the fourth time we stayed on the ship.
yeah. Like for me, I know we do an excursion at pretty much every single port, and then sometimes I'll just go explore the port on my own.
Yeah. I don't have that
So
luxury. I try to stay away. Close to the ship as much as possible.
so when I was in Puerto Rico back in September, we just walked around the port and explored it,
Oh yeah.
and didn't really have no excursions. But when we went off to Grand Turk, we actually had an excursion, but it ended up getting canceled. I believe it was due to lack of people that wanted to do it, or maybe it was down and it was maybe temporarily broken. I don't know what the excuse was, but we just couldn't do it. So in the end result, we had no excursions at all for when we were on the Magic in September.
Right.
But like I said, every port that we go to, we normally have some type of excursion.
All right, Rob. Thanks for the invite.
Anyways, I'm gonna wrap it on out here because we're almost at an hour and a half. So thank you all for coming on out tonight. And Eddie, thank you for coming out with me tonight. And Jeremy, I know you're gone away, but thanks anyways for coming on out. So next week I won't be going live as I am busy with other commitments. So
Okay.
I'll be back on the following week. So I will see you all in the live streams, chat sections, and wherever the YouTube streets may take us. So until next time, I'll see you all on the high seas or wherever travels may take us. Until then, bye for now.